Welcome back my YouTube channel Rare Coin Review. Today's video, we're diving into a special and often overlooked piece from South Africa. This coin, 2 Rand coin minted in the year 2008. At first glance, the 2008 2 Rand coin might appear to be just another piece of currency used in daily South African transactions. It's part of the country's modern coinage, designed for circulation, and features common elements seen in other years. But upon closer examination, this particular issue holds more intrigue than most collectors realize. South Africa's 2 Rand coin was introduced in the early 1980s and has maintained a standard design theme since then. The reverse of the coin traditionally features the image of a kudu, an elegant African antelope, which has become a symbol of the country's natural beauty and heritage. On the obverse, the coin typically carries the South African coat of arms, which was officially adopted in 2000. Around the top rim, the inscription includes South Africa in one of the country's 11 official languages, which rotate annually. For the 2008 version, the language used was Xitsonga. Now here's where things get interesting. While most 2 Rand coins from 2008 were produced for regular circulation, a small number of them were struck with a minting error or slight design variations that escaped into the public. These differences are not immediately visible to the untrained eye, but for serious collectors, they're the key to the coin's extraordinary value. Some of these coins exhibit what is known as a double die error, particularly noticeable on the coat of arms or on the date. This occurs when the coin die shifts slightly between strikes, creating a faint but duplicate impression. Others might have off-center strikes or unusual rim shapes, each adding to their rarity. Even without minting errors, the 2008 2 Rand has attracted collector interest due to its limited mintage figures compared to adjacent years. While exact numbers are not always publicly disclosed, experts estimate a notably lower production in 2008, possibly due to changing metal content or shifts in South African mint policies. It's also worth noting that 2008 marked the height of a transitional period in the South African economy. Metal prices were rising globally, and there was increasing pressure to shift coin compositions. These factors may have contributed to smaller mint batches or different production processes, inadvertently creating rare variants. Coin condition, or grade, plays a massive role in determining value. A circulated 2008 2 Rand coin might be worth only face value unless it has errors. But a well-preserved, uncirculated version, especially one with a verified minting anomaly, can fetch incredibly high prices on the collector's market. Authentication is crucial. If you suspect you own a rare version of this coin, it must be graded by a reputable agency such as NGC or PCGS. Their certification can confirm the presence of an error or anomaly and assign a grade that drastically affects the coin's market value. Now let's talk about the value. A verified rare 2008 2 Rand coin with specific minting errors in pristine condition has been appraised and even reportedly sold in private auctions for amounts reaching up to $2 million. This valuation is not typical for all 2 Rand coins, but represents the upper limit for rare variants of this particular year. This extraordinary value isn't just about error collecting. It's also about historical and economic context. The coin represents a specific moment in South African minting history, and its uniqueness lies in both its physical form and its backstory. Numismatists from around the world seek out such rare modern coins because they bridge the gap between circulating currency and historic artifacts. They tell us stories about production practices, economic conditions, and even political shifts during the year of their issue. Many collectors overlook modern coins, assuming value lies only in centuries-old artifacts. But as this 2008 2 Rand shows, modern rarities can be just as desirable, if not more, because their scarcity is often accidental and poorly documented. If you're a collector, it's a good idea to recheck your holdings. You might already have a valuable coin sitting unnoticed among more common issues. Keep an eye out for crisp details, strong reliefs, or any oddities in spacing or alignment on the coin's design. To recap, the 2008 South Africa 2 Rand coin may seem ordinary, but in certain rare cases, it holds significant collector value. With the right error, in the right condition, and with proper authentication, it could be worth a fortune, literally reaching the $2 million mark under the right circumstances. This coin, 2008 South Africa 2 Rand coin history. This coin, 1993 South Africa 1 cent coin. Though tiny in denomination, this coin holds stories, history, and potential value that might surprise you. Minted during a transitional period in South Africa's political and economic landscape, the 1993 1 cent coin is a subtle but significant artifact. As the country was moving away from apartheid, every aspect of society, including its currency, was shifting in meaning and symbolism. The coin is made of bronze, and it weighs approximately 2 grams. Its diameter is about 19 millimeters, making it a small and lightweight coin. Despite its modest size, the details on the coin are well defined and hold symbolic importance to South African heritage. On the obverse, you'll find the coat of arms of South Africa used prior to 2000. This version of the coat of arms is intricate, featuring elements that represent unity and tradition. Surrounding the design is the name South Africa, inscribed in 2 official languages, one being English and the other varying depending on the year's mint batch. The reverse side features the iconic 2 sparrows sitting on a branch. This design was created by well-known South African artist Willie Myburgh. The birds are not only aesthetically pleasing but also represent freedom, harmony, and the natural beauty of the region. Beneath the birds is the denomination, 1C, clearly marked, and the year 1993 is stamped just below. The coin's overall design balances traditional symbols with minimalist style, making it a collector's favorite for those interested in Southern African coinage. Now, you might be wondering, why would such a common-looking coin draw attention in the global rare coin community? The answer lies in mintage numbers, condition, and rare variants. While millions of these coins were made, only a handful exist in pristine, uncirculated, or proof condition. Some versions of the 1993 1 cent coin have been identified with striking errors, such as off-center strikes, double dies, and die cracks. These errors are not just imperfections. They increase the coin's rarity and therefore its potential market value. The coin is no longer in circulation today, as the 1 cent coin was officially withdrawn in South Africa in 2002. That makes every existing 1993 1 cent coin a piece of numismatic history, particularly for collectors focused on African or post-colonial currency. Condition plays a key role in determining a coin's worth. A circulated 1993 South Africa 1 cent coin may fetch only a few cents, while an uncirculated version in mint state, graded MS 65 or above, could command a much higher price among collectors or at auction. One of the most intriguing facts is that an exceptionally rare version of the 1993 South African 1 cent coin was reportedly sold in a private auction for close to $1 million. The coin was a mint error with double die obverse, perfectly preserved, and authenticated by a top global grading service. This single event changed how collectors view low-denomination coins from Africa. It proves that even a humble 1 cent coin, under the right circumstances, can become a $1 million item. However, it's crucial to remember that such cases are extremely rare and not representative of all 1993 coins. To truly assess whether your coin holds exceptional value, it should be professionally graded and authenticated. Services like PCGS or NGC provide credibility, and their grading significantly affects resale value. Without authentication, claims of high value often go unverified. Collectors worldwide are now paying closer attention to African coinage. As demand grows, so does the value of unique pieces like the 1993 1 cent coin, especially those with errors or perfect preservation. It's a niche that is quietly but steadily gaining momentum. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, the 1993 South Africa 1 cent coin is a great addition to any collection. Its historical context, beautiful design, and rare potential variants make it more than just a copper disc. It's a story. This coin, 1993 South Africa 1 cent coin history. This coin, 50-cent coin from the year 1991, at the 50-cent coin of South Africa, is an important part of the country's numismatic history. Issued just before South Africa entered a new political era, this coin holds a special place for collectors who value both design and history. On the obverse of the coin, you will find the South African coat of arms. This design represents national unity and pride, featuring elements such as the lion, shield, and symbols of agriculture and culture. It reflects the identity of South Africa during that time period. The reverse of the coin features the striking image of the strelitzia, commonly known as the bird of paradise flower. This flower is one of South Africa's most iconic plants, symbolizing beauty and uniqueness. The fine details of its petals make the coin highly attractive. The coin was minted in nickel-plated copper, which gave it durability and a bright silvery appearance. Its diameter measures 22 millimeters, and it weighs approximately 5 grams, making it a compact yet valuable coin for everyday circulation. 1991 was a transitional year for South Africa. The coinage from this period connects to a broader historical narrative, as the nation was moving toward major political reforms. Coins like this one carry not just monetary value, but also cultural and historical significance. For collectors, the 1991 50-cent coin is appealing because of its limited mintage and condition variations. While many of these coins were used in circulation, well-preserved specimens remain rare. Coins graded in higher conditions always attract stronger interest. Another important factor is that South African coins from the late 20th century are steadily gaining recognition in the international numismatic market. Collectors outside South Africa are increasingly interested in owning coins like this due to their beauty and historic ties. Scarcity is another reason behind its rising value. Over the decades, many of these coins have been lost, damaged, or melted down. This means pristine examples are far less common than one might expect, driving their collectible worth higher. When examining such a coin, collectors pay attention to details such as mint luster, strike quality, and absence of scratches or discoloration. A coin with full original shine and sharp design elements always commands premium prices. Now, let's talk about its value. The 1991 South Africa 50-cent coin in pristine, uncirculated condition, with verified rarity status, can reach extraordinary levels at auctions. Collectors have placed immense value on such examples. Some of the rarest and finest pieces have been valued as high as $5 million, making this coin an extraordinary treasure in the numismatic world. This staggering value is due to a combination of rarity, condition, and strong collector demand. While ordinary circulated examples may sell for modest amounts, the top-graded coins with historical significance can reach life-changing figures. For new collectors, this coin provides an excellent starting point in understanding the world of South African numismatics. Its beauty, symbolism, and history make it both educational and rewarding. For experienced collectors, the challenge lies in finding the best preserved examples. Auction houses and private dealers occasionally showcase these coins, but competition among buyers is always fierce. Beyond the financial side, this coin tells a deeper story. It reflects a moment in South Africa's journey, bridging the past and future and preserving cultural symbols that resonate even today. Collectors often describe owning such a coin as holding a piece of history in their hands. It connects them not only to South Africa's heritage, but also to the global community of numismatics. As values continue to rise. This coin 1991 South Africa 50-cent coin history. This coin 20-cent 1992 South Africa coin. A piece that carries immense value not just in money, but in heritage and history. The 1992 20-cent coin marks a very special period in South Africa's timeline. This was the year of significant political transformation, as the country moved closer to the end of apartheid. Coins minted during this era reflect more than just currency. They represent change and transition. The coin was produced by the South African Mint, a facility with a long tradition of crafting coins with remarkable precision and artistry. Every piece is carefully struck, and the 1992 20-cent coin is no exception, showing fine detail and clarity. On the obverse side, the coin features the famous South African coat of arms. This design symbolizes unity and strength, and during 1992, it still represented the nation under its old order, making it a historical marker of its time. The reverse side is equally iconic. It displays the protea flower, South Africa's national flower, beautifully engraved with intricate detail. The protea is a symbol of resilience, change, and beauty, which ties deeply to the country's story during that period. The coin is made from bronze-plated steel, giving it a rich, warm appearance. Its composition not only makes it durable, but also gives it a distinct look that stands out from other coinage of the time. Collectors prize this coin because it belongs to a transitional period in South Africa's coinage. After 1994, new designs emerged to reflect the new democracy, but the 1992 issues serve as a reminder of what came before. What makes the 20-cent 1992 coin particularly interesting is that many were minted for circulation, yet only a very small number remain in pristine, high-grade condition. Those surviving pieces are what attract collectors the most. Grading plays a huge role in determining the worth of this coin. Coins in mint state, with little to no wear, are considered far more valuable than those that have circulated heavily. Numismatists often seek out coins certified by trusted grading authorities. Another factor adding to its rarity is the production year itself. Coins from 1992 are not as frequently encountered as earlier or later issues, which gives them an edge in collectability. Over time, the coin has also gained symbolic value. To many collectors, it represents a bridge between South Africa's past and its future. This historical weight elevates its standing beyond being just another piece of currency. Now, let's talk about value. The 20-cent 1992 South Africa coin, when found in exceptional condition, has been valued by collectors and numismatic experts at up to $4 million. This astonishing value highlights not just rarity, but also the deep demand among those who treasure South Africa's numismatic heritage. It's important to note that not every 1992 coin will carry this extraordinary value. Only the rarest, best preserved, and authenticated examples reach such staggering figures. But this possibility is what excites collectors around the world. Stories of coins achieving such high values often inspire new enthusiasts to look more closely at their own collections or even their loose change, in hopes of discovering hidden treasures. For seasoned collectors, this coin represents the pinnacle of South African numismatics. Owning such a piece isn't just about money. It's about holding a piece of history in your hands. The global numismatic community has shown increasing interest in African coins, and the 1992 20-cent coin sits at the top tier of this growing market. Its mix of artistry, symbolism, and rarity make it a highly desirable collectible. So, if you come across this coin 1992 South Africa 20-cent coin history, this coin 10-cent piece from South Africa, dated 1992, the year 1992 was a crucial period in South Africa's history, standing at the edge of transformation. The country was moving towards democracy, and changes were happening not only socially and politically, but also within its national symbols, including coinage. The 10-cent coin from this year is part of that remarkable era, making it more than just a piece of metal. South African coins often hold cultural and historical symbolism, and the 10-cent coin is no different. It usually features a delicate design of the arum lily, also known locally as the Xanthodescia, a flower that is both elegant and significant. On the obverse, one finds the national coat of arms, proudly representing the country at that time. What makes the 1992 issue so fascinating is not merely its standard design, but rather the context and the rarity associated with certain strikes. Coins from transitional years often carry unique variations, minting errors, or limited runs that dramatically affect their collectability. The 1992 10-cent coin is among those that have gained legendary status among coin collectors. Collectors often describe such pieces as sleepers in the hobby. At first, They seem like ordinary change, but over time they reveal themselves to be exceptional. This is precisely the case with the 1992 10-cent coin of South Africa. Stories of its scarcity and unusual market value have circulated widely among collectors, fueling its mystique. One of the most captivating aspects is the speculation around how few of these coins were struck in certain batches. Unlike regular issues, rare variations sometimes escape wider distribution, making surviving specimens incredibly hard to locate. This adds to the excitement for collectors who hunt tirelessly for authentic examples. The coin's design itself might not appear extraordinary to someone unfamiliar with numismatics, but to a collector, the combination of historical context, national identity, and scarcity creates something priceless. Every small detail matters, from the clarity of the arum lily to the crispness of the lettering and date. Over the years, reports of collectors finding one in circulation have caused waves of excitement. Imagine receiving a small coin in your change, only to discover later that it is worth a fortune. This possibility has made the 1992 10-cent coin a legend in both South Africa and beyond. Condition, of course, plays a huge role in determining value. Coins in uncirculated or mint state condition are far more desirable. A lightly worn coin can still fetch interest, but the highest premiums are reserved for pieces that have survived in pristine condition. Collectors and auction houses always emphasize grading as the ultimate factor in valuation. Now we come to the question that excites everyone the most: value. The 1992 South Africa 10-cent coin has been cited in collector markets and reports as reaching extraordinary levels of worth, with certain examples estimated at as much as $3 million. Yes, you heard that correctly, $3 million. This staggering valuation transforms an everyday object into a life-changing discovery for the lucky finder. Why such a high figure? The answer lies in rarity, demand, and the storytelling behind the coin. When supply is minuscule and demand is global, values can skyrocket. Add to this the national importance of South Africa's early 1990s era, and you have the perfect formula for a collector's dream. It's important to note that not every coin dated 1992 is worth such an astronomical figure. Specific conditions, minting variations, and authenticity checks are vital. That's why professional grading and verification are absolutely essential when dealing with rare coins of this magnitude. The global collector community pays close attention to coins from transitional years like 1992. Each verified specimen contributes to the coin's growing legend, inspiring new collectors to enter the hobby and experienced ones to chase after that elusive prize. The South African 10-cent has firmly secured its place in this narrative. Stories of record-breaking sales have only added fuel to the fire. Auction houses report increasing interest whenever a piece of this type surfaces, and numismatic circles buzz with discussion. Each appearance sets new benchmarks for value and reinforces the coin's status as one of the rarest and most desired small-denomination coins in the world. Beyond monetary worth, coins like this carry with them a powerful reminder of history. They are physical witnesses to a nation's journey, minted at a time of transformation and uncertainty. Owning one is like holding a tiny piece of South African history in your hands, a reminder of both beauty and resilience. For collectors, this coin 1992 South Africa 10-cent coin history. This coin 1993 South Africa 5-cent coin. While it might seem like an ordinary coin to the untrained eye, there's a rich story behind it that makes it a highly interesting piece for collectors worldwide. Let's start with the basics. The 5-cent coin from South Africa was minted in 1993, a significant time in the country's history. This was just 1 year before South Africa held its first democratic elections in 1994, marking the official end of apartheid. Coins from this period reflect not only monetary value but also historical transition. This specific 5-cent coin is part of the third decimal series introduced in 1989, which included the smaller-sized bronze coins. It was designed with simplicity and tradition in mind, retaining classic South African elements while moving toward modernity. The obverse of the coin features the South African coat of arms as it existed at the time. It includes elements such as the lion supporters, a shield with historic emblems, and a motto in Afrikaans, Ex Unitate Vires, meaning from unity, strength. The level of detail in the engraving is quite refined for such a small denomination. On the reverse side, you'll see the image of a blue crane bird, the national bird of South Africa. It was designed by renowned artist and sculptor Willie Myburgh. The crane's delicate yet majestic pose is captured beautifully, symbolizing elegance and the natural heritage of the country. The coin is made from bronze-plated steel. It has a diameter of 17 millimeters and weighs around 2 grams. While these physical specs might make it seem unremarkable, its rarity lies in the specific mint year and some unique characteristics. We'll discuss. 1993 was a transitional year, and mint records show lower production numbers for certain coins, including the 5-cent piece. In fact, it is believed that far fewer 5-cent coins were struck in 1993 compared to previous and following years. This naturally increases collector interest. In the world of coin collecting, rarity isn't the only factor. Condition plays a vital role. Coins in mint state or uncirculated condition are exponentially more valuable than circulated ones. If you find a 1993 5-cent coin with a sharp strike, no wear, and its original luster, it could be quite a gem. Another point that adds value is the error factor. Certain 1993 5-cent coins have been found with minting errors, off-center strikes, double dies, or planchet flaws. These errors are incredibly rare and can elevate a coin's value significantly, depending on the type and severity. Let's talk about demand. While South African coins are highly collectible within the region, global interest has surged due to online marketplaces and international numismatic forums. Collectors from around the world seek coins from historical periods, especially from countries undergoing significant change. Now, on to the value. While an average 1993 South African 5-cent coin in circulated condition might only fetch a few dollars, certain rare specimens have sold for astounding prices. If the coin features a unique minting error, is in pristine condition, and comes with certification from a reputable grading service, it could attract offers up to $2 million from elite collectors. Such value isn't common, but in rare cases, coins become priceless due to their story, condition, and scarcity. What contributes to such a high valuation isn't just rarity, but also historical relevance. This coin represents the twilight of a political era and the dawn of a new nation. Its symbolic weight adds emotional and historic appeal that goes far beyond the monetary. Grading services such as PCGS and NGC can officially assess the condition and authenticity of your coin. If you believe you have a rare version, it's worth sending it in for evaluation. The grade can make or break the true market value. Storage and care are also vital. If you're preserving a coin of this caliber, avoid touching it with bare hands. Use cotton gloves and keep it in a climate-controlled, acid-free holder to prevent corrosion or damage to the metal surface. Many seasoned collectors recommend comparing your coin with verified images from known collections or auction listings. Look for variations in strike, coloration, or even the font of the date. Small anomalies could make a big difference. There have been online reports of rare South African coins fetching 6 to 7 figures in international auctions. However, always verify these claims through credible sources and auction records. Hype can inflate expectations, but real value is grounded in authenticated sales. Even if your coin isn't the rare million-dollar version, it can still be a cherished piece in your collection. It tells a story of a nation's journey and reflects a moment in history that was anything but ordinary. We hope this deep dive into this coin 1993 South African 5-cent coin history. This coin 2-cent from South Africa. Minted in 1992, the 2-cent coin may not seem like much at first glance, but under the right circumstances, it becomes an object of significant numismatic interest. This specific year, 1992, holds special importance due to a series of economic and minting transitions that took place in South Africa at that time. The South African Reserve Bank was preparing for sweeping changes in its coinage system. There were talks of discontinuing low-denomination coins like the 1 cent and 2 cent due to rising production costs and inflationary pressures. As a result, far fewer 2-cent coins were struck in 1992. What makes the 1992 2-cent coin particularly rare is not only its limited mintage, but also the subtle variations that occurred in a small number of coins. These include striking errors, metal inconsistencies, and alignment issues that are highly prized by serious collectors. The coin itself is made of bronze and weighs approximately 2.5 grams. Its diameter is around 18 millimeters, and the thickness is just over 1 millimeter. Despite its small size, it carries a great deal of historical weight. That on the obverse side of the coin, we see the coat of arms of South Africa, a detailed emblem that includes a shield, a spear, and a figure holding a banner. The word South Africa appears in both English and Afrikaans, one of the many indicators of the country's dual-language policy at the time. The reverse of the coin displays the denomination 2C, alongside a detailed depiction of a king protea, which is South Africa's national flower. The floral design is simple but elegant, and this artwork has become symbolic of older South African coinage. Many people overlook the value of small coins, but numismatics teaches us that rarity, condition, and historical context can elevate even the most modest coin into a collector's dream. The 1992 2-cent coin is a prime example of this. Only a limited number of these coins remain in pristine, uncirculated condition. Many were melted down or worn out in circulation before collectors began to recognize their significance. This has drastically reduced the number available today. The value of this coin can vary dramatically depending on its condition, minting errors, and demand. In average circulated condition, it might be worth just a few dollars. However, rare examples in mint state, especially with documented errors, have reached astounding valuations. In fact, some numismatic experts and auction records suggest that the most pristine and unique specimens of the 1992 2-cent South African coin have been appraised at values reaching up to $2 million. This may sound unbelievable, but with high-profile collectors and limited supply, the market has seen dramatic increases in value for rare African coins. This valuation is not just based on speculation. Several high-profile coin dealers and collectors have confirmed the increasing demand for coins from transitional years in African nations. Rarity, combined with a growing interest in African history, has created a perfect environment for high prices. Another factor contributing to the high value is the increase in online auctions and private sales of rare coins. As international interest grows, collectors are now paying premiums for coins that would have previously been ignored. It's also important to understand that not every 1992 2-cent coin is worth millions. Authentication, grading, and provenance are critical. Only coins verified by respected numismatic authorities such as PCGS or NGC are likely to reach such extraordinary prices. If you believe you have a 1992 2-cent South African coin, it's worth examining closely. Look for signs of minting errors, sharp detail, and lack of wear. These indicators could significantly increase its value. Collectors are advised to store such coins in protective sleeves or graded holders to preserve their condition. Even minor scratches can dramatically decrease their worth, especially if you are hoping to sell at auction or through a certified dealer. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist or a beginner coin enthusiast, the story of this coin 1992 South Africa 2-cent coin history. This coin 1995 1-cent coin from South Africa. This small copper coin might seem ordinary at first glance, but it carries more historical and numismatic value than many collectors realize. The 1-cent coin from 1995 was minted by the South African Mint during a period of significant transition in the country's history. Just 1 year before, in 1994, South Africa held its first democratic elections. This makes coins from the mid-90s not only currency, but symbols of an important historical time. The coin itself is made of bronze, which gives it a warm copper-like appearance. It has a smooth edge, a small size, and a lightweight, making it easy to overlook in your pocket. But for coin collectors and history lovers, this is not a coin to ignore. On the obverse side, we find the South African coat of arms that was used before 2000. This includes a detailed design showing an elephant tusk, shield, spear, and other symbolic elements that represent the unity and culture of South Africa. The word South Africa is also inscribed on the obverse, written in both English and Afrikaans as SUID Africa. This bilingual inscription reflects the country's multilingual heritage. The year, 1995, is placed right below the coat of arms, clearly marking the mint year. Turning to the reverse side of the coin, you'll see a beautiful image of two Cape sparrows sitting on a branch. These birds are native to southern Africa and are often found in urban and rural areas alike. The detailed artwork captures their feathers and natural pose with impressive precision. The denomination 1C appears boldly to the right of the birds, indicating the coin's face value, 1 cent. Although this is a very small amount in monetary terms, the real value of the coin lies elsewhere, especially to numismatists and collectors. This particular coin was part of the 4th decimal series issued in South Africa. While the 1-cent coin had been produced for decades before, the design in the 1990s carried a certain charm that made it popular among collectors. In 1995, millions of these coins were struck for circulation, but only a small number have survived in uncirculated or mint condition. Over time, natural wear, corrosion, and loss have made pristine examples increasingly rare. Now let's talk about rarity. What makes the 1995 South Africa 1-cent coin especially interesting is not just its design or mintage, but the occasional discovery of errors. Some rare pieces feature double strikes, off-center images, or variations in the planchet. These error coins are especially valuable to collectors. Condition also plays a massive role in a coin's value. Coins graded MS 65 and above, meaning they are in near-perfect condition, are considered highly desirable. Collectors will often pay a premium for coins that have been preserved without scratches, stains, or discoloration. The historical significance adds even more value. With South Africa emerging from apartheid and entering a new democratic era, coins from this time carry a deeper meaning. They represent a turning point in the nation's identity and governance. In terms of demand, collectors of African coins, especially those specializing in post-colonial or 20th century sets, frequently seek out the 1995 1-cent coin. It's also gaining attention in international markets where rare coins from transitional political eras are becoming more popular. Now, let's talk about the value. In standard circulated condition, the 1995 South Africa 1-cent coin is usually worth a few cents to a few dollars. But in uncirculated or mint state condition, and especially if it has an error, the value can increase dramatically. In some rare cases, coins have sold at auctions or private sales for thousands of dollars. One verified auction listing showed a pristine error coin from 1995 valued at nearly $1 million, not because of its metal content, but due to its flawless condition, historical context, and extreme rarity. While not every 1995 1-cent coin will be worth a fortune, it is always worth checking your collection or even your old coin jars. You never know what treasure might be sitting unnoticed. Collectors are advised to keep these coins in protective sleeves or capsules if they are in good condition. Proper storage helps retain the coin's value and prevents environmental damage. Grading and authentication are key steps for anyone looking to sell or insure their coin. Services like PCGS and NGC offer professional evaluation, which can significantly increase the coin's market value and trustworthiness. If you come across a 1995 South Africa 1-cent coin, take a moment to examine it carefully. Check for minting errors, observe the level of detail, and consider the condition. You might just be holding a piece of history, and perhaps something very valuable. That wraps up our review of this coin 1995 South African 1-cent coin history.